Well, something was wrong. Am I right? Or am I right? Or am I right? I think I'm right. Something's wrong. This thing not being capable of stomping a hole in the stock chainsaw's butt. Something's wrong there. I did a timing advance on this. I just guessed at it because the best information I could get was also a guess. About half of the distance in between fins. And I feel like I was like, I'll go just a little bit more. So, I think what I did was I gave it too much timing advance. So, we're going to mess with that. We're going to first put it all the way back to stock. Put it all the way back to stock, and then oh shoot, that's loose right there. That's good. That's off. All right. So it wasn't all the way on. It literally was not all the way on. I don't know. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Let's have a look at it and make sure I make sure I advanced it and didn't retard it, because I have done that before. It's an easy mistake to make, I think. So, to advance it, I needed to take material off of the front of the key, which I did. So we're just going to go right back on there. Come on, get on there. Damn magnets. Let go. I said, let go. There we go. Damn magnets. There we go. That's about a half. That is about a half right there. I'm still going to put it at stock position, then come back in here and do this again, because I want to make sure that the timing advance is good for it. Ported, muffler mod, no timing advance. That does not feel like I think it should feel. I'm gonna go do a compression test. God, I just realized I cannot do a pressure test because this thing has the goofy little tiny spark plugs. Something is wrong. How am I going to do a compression test? Let's have a look at the piston. Piston is perfect. I have no idea. Intake opens at 81. Exhaust opens at 107. I didn't touch the transfers. It's got 19 thousandths squish. I removed 40 thousandths from the squish band and 40 thousandths off of the base. And we got 19 thousandths squish reading. So it should have compression for days, which, I mean, it feels fine, but it doesn't feel like it's got crazy compression. It doesn't. Which doesn't make sense. Maybe that ring is cracked? What? Louis. What? Go away. Go, get out of here. You're bugging me, boy. I've got to figure out a way to test that compression. And I have no way of doing it. All right, that's all for now. I don't know. That's it for this video. I'm done with it for now. Okay, so I just did a quick review of the times just on my phone, best I could tell. Looks like it's still just like 1 second faster, which is absurd. Somehow I've messed up on that cylinder. I don't know how, though. I could go in there and try and raise the transfers because I never touched the upper transfers. Never touched them. Forrest, buddy, I can fully refund you your money. Or I can give you a discount on this saw as is. Or you can wait on me to fix it. Might be a minute though, because I got to get onto Court's Echo 4310. I don't know what's wrong with it. I literally don't know. I mean, obviously the port job is not good. But I am wanting to go, the port job's good. It can't be the port job. Well, that's about the only thing left. Okay, so full story on this saw. First off, I've already refunded Forrest his money. Yeah, unforeseen things. Whenever you get a really good deal, check it out before you go and just break into it and modify it. Because here's the deal. I found that saw on Facebook Marketplace off of a guy, the same guy that I got the Makita 5600s from. He very clearly was the kind of guy that, well, he told me, we talked about it, but he had all kinds of stuff. He buys pallets full of equipment that get taken back to the store. This Redmax was on one of those pallets, and it was brand new. I mean, yeah, it had been ran, yep, but it was brand new. You know how it goes, right? Well, I mean, I looked at the piston. It fired up. It ran great. The piston was great. So I was like, okay, so this thing's fine. This was just a store take back. I got it for, like, I think $225. So I was skipping happy. And that is how I was able to give Forrest such a good deal on this, because I got it really, really cheap myself. And anyways, so I just assumed that it was going to be good. I made an ass out of you and me. So whenever I took it apart, the piston and cylinder was spotless. All of that hash marks still in there and everything. But I did think, boy, that's a lot of hash marks. But that's about it. There was also one other thing. I mean, this thing was perfectly clean. And so it's very easy to not have doubts whenever something is that perfect. But I did notice that on the base gasket, underneath the base gasket, there was a small amount of moto seal, a very small amount. And I thought, is Husqvarna putting moto seal on now? That's how clean it was. I never ever thought, oh, this guy took it apart and put it back together and put moto seal on there. No, nothing like that. So anyways, now I put it back together. I get it running. Something is clearly wrong. I get it. It's not running right. And so I have failed at porting it, sort of. But I just can't see where the failure could possibly be my port job. What I think is going on is I think there's an air leak somewhere. And I think it's very possible this saw never ran right. It never ran right, and that's why it was a store take back. And it had an air leak. That's what I think is going on with it. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. but I think it's got an air leak. And maybe it's because I didn't clearance the case good enough, because whenever you drop that cylinder down on these saws, there is no clearance. I mean, you have got to cut portions of the crankcase away. You have got to cut them out. I think I had to cut in 3 different spots trying to make room for that cylinder to slide down. And it's very possible that I missed a spot and the cylinder, you know, instead of sitting flat, it's on something right here. It's just barely catching, and there's an air leak right there somewhere. So I will do a leak test on this thing before I tear it down completely. Before I tear it down at all, really. I'll do a leak test on it. Thank you, Super Dave, because I've got the stuff to do a leak test. Wow. So I'll perform a leak test and see what's going on with it. But other than that, I'm like, I just don't see it. I don't see how. Because I know what I did to that cylinder. I don't see where it could possibly be the port job at all. I just don't see it. So I changed out all of the components from my personal good Redmax. That thing runs fantastic. I love that saw. Anyways, we'll see what tomorrow yields.